Hello, dear learner, and welcome to another video session on business communication for 21st century workspace. Today's video, we are going to look at business blogging and how it is important for a 21st century business communicator's career. So, without further ado, let us look into the basics of business blogging. The term blog became popular in the late 1990s. It's condensed from the word weblog, which means logging something on the web. Over the years, the arrival of different forms of social media on the scene, the definition of blog has become more uncertain on an almost daily basis. For our purpose, whether personal or business related, a blog is essentially an instrument of communication that can be used to record information, share knowledge, and develop community. Why blogging for business? Across the world, numerous businesses are realizing the power of corporate blogs. Unlike the old way of promoting a business, which usually involved print ads and expensive marketing campaigns where companies project sales message and hope to be heard, marketing today is about engaging with customers, developing relationships, and earning clients via mutual respect. What is corporate blogging? Corporate blogging is the practice of creating content that addresses various customer concerns, industry updates, expert tips, best practices, and company news from the perspective of a brand. The blog posts may be written by executives within the company or by professional content writers or the employees themselves with the industry expertise on behalf of the business. What are the benefits of corporate blogging? First of all, it's a cost effective marketing. The blog doesn't cost much for a company. Even if you're getting a paid blog, it is very affordable for a big company or a small company. Second is you can educate the customer. The company can educate the customer in ways which it could not do it in different situations. Third is provide customer service in different ways which they could not have done it and save on customer calls because the customer can now log on to the blog and see if they have any concerns and whether those concerns have been addressed on the company blog. This leads to the development of trust with the customers, the clients, vendors, and government employees. And finally, it helps establish the company as a thought leader. Business communication in the 21st century will look for corporate professionals who can contribute to the corporate blog and its more famous cousin, the microblog. The most famous one being Twitter. So it will be helpful if you can master the basics of blogging and practice it regularly to become an expert. Let us now take a look at a couple of corporate blogs that have mastered the art of corporate blogging through their employees. A good example of a company blog is this one, the Google blog. It is maintained by the company Google, but the content is written by many different employees. You can see that there is a message from our CEO here, which is written by Sundar Pichai. If you click it, you can see that he has written about working from home and the office. And if you go back, you can see many different content. Let us check one and see how it works. So on May 21st, you can see there is a section which says maps, that is a category, and there is a blog post, find wheelchair accessible places with Google Maps. Now this is a very nice content. This is a very helpful content for people who are disabled and who use wheelchairs and they need to find wheelchair accessible places. If you click on it, you will see that the content is written by Sasha Blair Goldenson, who is a software engineer with Google Maps. It was published on May 21st, 2020, and it talks about how people can now turn on accessible places feature to have wheelchair accessibility information displayed in Google Maps. This is such a nice piece of content, and it has a demonstration as well, as you can see. And if you go down, you can see the lot of content. So this is a good example of how employees can contribute to the Google blog, and not just Google blog, many companies are now going this way. Another example here is the Disney Parks blog, which is also a blog written and maintained by Disney company, of course, but the blog is written by the people. This is a blog post. It is written by Michael Ramirez, public relation director of Disney Resort, who's definitely a employee of Disney, and they talk about so many different things. And you can see the comments here, how people have written how awesome it is, beautiful, relaxing, helpful content which is given out by Disney and through their employees. Companies like people, employees who can contribute to their public relations activities using their blog. So if you can do this, you should hone your skill like this. When thinking about your content strategy, remember that you want to put content together which educates the customers, shares your story, and helps you gain the trust of potential customers or donors. Also, it is not advisable to post negative content about anyone or running the competition down, or certainly don't publish anything that might embarrass you later. Whether you intend to post once a week or once a day, having a content pipeline built up before you launch your blogging endeavors for your company is very important. Let us now look at some examples of getting ideas for your blog post. For many people, finding a topic for their blog posts, whether it is business or professional or personal, is extremely difficult. In this case, you can go for one of the most simplest but well hidden secrets called a keyword tool. And one of the most famous and one of the most efficient keyword tool is what we call the word tracker here. What it does is you type in a generic keyword here and it will give you what people are searching for. Let us see an example of this as we see. So we'll type business communication as a generic keyword, and then we'll hit search. And as you can see, Word Tracker will give you what people have been searching for over the last 12 months. So the top rated keyword here is business communication, which has 4,443 people searching for it. But now you can see below there is recommended books that can be a content post. Essentials of Business Communication 11th edition is, I'm sure, a book, so you can write a review on that. Essentials of Business Communication itself is a topic, so you can write a post on that. Communication in business, business communication solutions, excellence. So now here you have a lot of ideas which people themselves are searching for. So this is a good way of looking for ideas when it comes to topics for your blog posts. Now that you have a bunch of keywords in your hands through Word Tracker, you can now come up with some effective blog post ideas. Some of the ideas for your blog are: you can write some useful content. You can go for your story and how it relates with your business. You can write content that is people focused. You can write resource posts which people can look for when they are in trouble, like DIY, do it yourself posts, or how to use a company's product for better results. Finally, you can write some things like a day in the life post. For example, if you are working for a software company, what is your life? What is a day in your life? So these are just 5 of the different types of posts one can write about. There are many different types of posts which we cannot discuss here due to the lack of time. So that's it, learners, about blogging for business. Hopefully, you have learned something about blogging and you will take blogging seriously, whether you are writing for a professional sphere or whether you want to do it for a personal sphere. So thanks a lot for listening to this video and hope you all have had a very happy learning. Thank you very much.